point. And,
this is Nicholas Stock with Music Marauders Live, and I'm here with Willie Waldman Project, plus a few painters. How we doing, gentlemen?
Good.
Excellent.
Let's just start. I'll start with you, Willie. We'll get the easy stuff out of the way. How was summer camp this year?
It was awesome, but it was a dust bowl, and I liked the Boundary Waters canoe trip way better. But it was awesome. I had a great time playing with Hermie Green, and he got laid at 82 on his birthday, which was awesome. But I was behaved this year, man. I went, and of course I camp out, and I wake up in a tent at 7 in the morning like a fried piece of bacon. I feel like a crispy bacon. And so I go to the show, and I feel crispy as hell, and I don't feel like sitting in this year. And everybody's asking me to, and all that BS. And but the bomb was we played with Der Haka Mo, which is part of our concept, is to mix and match. And but I was on probation the whole time. Like, you know, they didn't want the painters, and I was definitely told to behave. And so, but when the thing was over, you know what I did? I got out of there so quick to go canoeing 50 miles in the cold fucking rain, man.
Aren't you glad you asked that question?
That's a great question.
Give him another one. Come on, let's.
Tell me about the fusion of live art and music. How does that even work? I mean, I've seen Norton has toured with Willie Waldman Project for as long as I've ever seen him, which is going on about 10 years. So tell me about the fusion.
All right, I was sold on it right away because I thought we were instrumental, and I thought doing improv, we're playing our spirit, which is not really like lyrics give you a story of what to think or the picture you should have. And I'm doing this free flow of a fractal, the sound being the top, and these guys at the bottom visual fractal doing freestyle art at the same time we're doing music, so it's the Holy Ghost energy of the universe flying. And you know, even no, it is. It's like the manifestation of the whole universe. And like these guys are doing the storytelling with the painting. And like they're doing it at the point of conception. There's no plans to this. There's no planned story. And like we see wisdom feeds off us. And Brian really helped me a long time ago. I was, you know, jiving my Memphis guys a ton. And Brian goes, man, I'm a world player. I play from all over. You know, I've been influenced from the whole world. And boy, did that sit with me about 10 years ago. Because I kind of realized myself, you know, I'm not from New Orleans or even Memphis. I've assimilated all these different things from all over, and it's all original. And the thing we're doing is spontaneous combustion, all original. And the art gets started, like we can watch Wisdom or Bukaty, and I feel they're both virtuosos, so there's nobody really better than the other guy or anything. Everybody has their own flavor. No, it's true, even musically. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you guys both have two incredibly different styles. I would say, Norton, you really focus on the performance aspect of the art more so than any other painter I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen quite a few live painters hanging out with John, and I've met a lot of different painters. Norton, tell us a little bit about your style.
That's why I have you guys together.
Well, my style is basically crisis management. That's all I can tell you, man. I just, once a gun goes off, I just hang on by the seat of my pants and just try to follow these musicians. And as it goes, then they'll turn around, and if they find themselves down a cul-de-sac, they'll turn around, look at my paintings, and they'll redirect, and we'll all meet somewhere, and the road zigzag visually and instrumentally. And
wisdom flows. He doesn't think. I like that. He flows the Holy Spirit.
There's nothing up here, man. There's nothing up here.
He flows.
We've just been joined by Don Callerman, another live painter.
Oh, another awesome.
How are we doing, Don?
Doing good. How are you?
It's good to see you, buddy.
Hey, good to be here.
So, John, we'll get to you in a second, Don. John, tell me a little bit about your style. How do you? I mean, I actually own a Bukaty original, and it's a prized possession of mine.
Yeah, me too.
It's a pretty amazing flowing style. Tell me what you approach when you hit the canvas.
Oh man, I really stuck to this different approach when I started. That was to try to do something different every time, which is a really good idea, I think, in theory, but it tempts me to fall back on certain things, and I do. But I try to keep like a clean bill before I start, and then slowly things influence me, and then I definitely find myself like a conduit between the music and the art, and I find that there's a steady stream coming back through me, and almost when the music stops, it's like I kind of just like
the universe,
stop.
the Holy Ghost,
and
buddy,
it's definitely coming behind me. I think within styles and patterns, I've taken a little from him. I've taken a little from him in art theory for sure, because we have similar styles of trying to stay primal in the color palette, I think. And then in my abstracts, I was studying my abstracts the other day, and I couldn't help but all the sessions we had in the old Blue Jack studio down by the Denver Art Museum that were very much influenced into the leap of faith and me going into abstract painting, because it's very hard to let go and just, you know, be. We were talking about it with the music. Some of the highly educated people that don't know jazz they couldn't get up here and stand with Willie Waldman. They'd freak the fuck out because they wouldn't know what's next, and they need to know what's next.
They need to know what's next. It's a set pattern, and we want to try to avoid a set pattern. You know what I mean? Because it's so predictable.
When I first saw Banyan with Willie Waldman, he said, I saw Kimmock tuning up, and I was telling him that story. And he goes, so what are you doing here, you know? And what do we do? There's no lead, there's nothing. And he's like, you know, Perkins gets up here on the drums and he starts going crazy, and then it's Bitches Brew, you just follow. And he was like, what? And it was really, you saw it, and I understood it then. That was a while ago.
It's sports almost in a way. It's kind of like you gotta let the ball fly.
It grows, and then it gets like thrown up, and then it kind of like.
You gotta pay attention. There's no set thing, and see.
Communication.
It is a communication. Like I said, you guys are one spec, right?
Meditation, actually.
When you say that, it's like a communication between both, right?
Definitely the very big thing that I got when I first started doing the live painting was that I'm definitely communicating with the music. Music's communicating with me, and optimally we begin and end at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's
It's like a fractal. I look at it like a fractal.
Oh, you bet.
And there's no telling where it goes, and I hate people that fight it or try to move it or form it. You can't form the tornado. You gotta let the tornado be itself.
Yeah.
And listen.
John, you're almost the resident painter here at Coyotes a little bit,
I guess
right?
pretty close to that. Yeah, I kind of like to say I'm the house painter. Yeah.
So what's it like to have a couple of your buddies come from out of state and come and jam with you on the paintbrush?
This is great. This is great. I look forward to this every time it happens. Occasionally, I get out, go join them somewhere. So it's this is a special treat for me. So.
Sweet. Willie, why don't you introduce your band?
I put the art show together just to really, I've been trying to put this point out that everybody is a virtuoso in their own way, in a different flavor ice cream, and that's what really makes this, actually, that you are a little different than all you. And even me and Brian are way different. I mean, you know, come on. I mean, you know, right? Come on, we're about as different can get. I mean, no, really. Even
last 5 minutes.
Even like I'm a big mouth, wild dude, and he's quiet on that even level. I mean, he does this great R&B boogaloo thing, and I'm kind of classically trained. Even though I got a little Memphis in me, I'm pretty, you know what I mean? I'm in my own world, you know, right?
Yeah. So Willie, go ahead and introduce your band tonight. Who's playing with you?
Well, one of my old-time victims, Brian Jordan, here, which I don't know why he's still messing with me sometimes, you know?
It's always an adventure.
And here's a good one.
Always.
One of my favorites is Corey Kurtzy. His first time here, he was with all the Mo guys. So all the guys in New York are telling me about him. So I go to Buffalo. What a great music scene in Buffalo.
Right.
So these guys tell me about him for years. And of course I'm using Perkins and Mo, and I didn't need him. I fell in love with this guy. So underrated. Fantastic drummer. No, and variety. You can play a lot of variety. Same with Brian. You know, I put him in Banyan with Perkins and Franklin, and one of my favorite versions of Banyan is that it's punk rock, and Brian kicks ass on punk rock, and then Franklin's trying to be R&B, and then you know what I mean. There's this little tug.
It's a good chemistry.
I think so, right? And you know what I mean, right? And you don't have to be. I love Brian, but we don't have to be the same or from the same world. Or, like you said, the same. You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what makes it good. You get all these different flavors from all over, and you put them together. It's good stew, you know.
I got that from him. He actually really got me on that a while back. I'm telling you, I was at Dulcinea's bragging on the Memphis boys. He's like, slow down, bro. And I never hear him say anything. You know, he's quiet, right? And so I take note. I'm like, oh. And you know, I'm like, he's right. He's really right. And no, it was good, you know, because you know, I mean, I'll raise my hand and say, yeah, I'm fucking up. Wait, you know, that's a good one there. You know what I mean? But I won't take it all the way. I'll assimilate it again. I feel like we're doing improv in a real pure way with art, and it should be with art. Fuck lights. You know, lights are just bullshit. I mean, the art actually, and with the different painters, we're telling stories, and it makes it like a movie.
I love it. When he introduced me to, I never, like, he said, Wisdom's going to be playing with us. I'm like, wow, I wonder what instrument he plays. I'm like, I had no idea. I never saw it ever in my life. And then when I saw it, Wisdom was staying with me, actually sat down, and I thought he was like the bass player. And then later he sets up and he's paying.
Well, hold on. I think he's part of the band. No, I think you guys are part of the band, like the visual
part of the band.
of it.
You are playing an
instead of
instrument.
having a front man and like a singer telling you what to think, I don't like that. I want you to have your own visions with God. I want, you know, maybe you guys to create some thought.
I will say
Wisdom on the bass squeegee.
Bass squeegee.
Oh, I love that. When he races it all, I love that.
I will say this with Willie Waldman. Nobody, when I was painting at Cervantes like 4 nights a week, I loved getting good feedback from a musician at the end of the night. And like, it made it almost feel like, well, fuck, it's worth it what I'm doing when I went home at 3 in the morning and, you know, spent money. But nobody puts it, nobody takes it as serious as Willie Waldman, and that is, you know, I like want to be thankful. He had a vision.
I do
with
have
this.
a vision.
He's like stereo painters.
No, I've had a vision of this
You
free
on this
form,
side
do or
and
die.
that on the other.
No, I will take
Let's
it
get
deeper.
going.
Jay
Put all this
Bianchi.
together,
No,
you
I've
know?
had a vision of this
Jay.
free form for 10 years, and I've stuck to it hard because it's all original. And the guy who really influenced me, it was when I was doing Tupac and Snoop Dogg in the studio. We made up all that shit for freeform, right? Every day. And they told me to have my own Miles Davis, Chuck Mangione band. And so I took this freeform concept all the way, do or die. And when I first met Wisdom through Nels Klein, I said, that's the key. Now I got a front guy. I've got a guy making a picture. And it hasn't gone all the way, but that's all right, because when it does, we are the guys. And even if it doesn't, with God and country, I'm cool. You know what I mean? I mean, we did our own thing. I flew the original flag all the way. I never played a cover. You know, I never sucked down to these bitches. I never I fucking planted my flag. And I love Jay Bianchi. These guys have been behind us for years. Jay Bianchi, and for real. And Jay has been a patron, I want to say. You know what I mean? And like, you know, some of this stuff we're doing is way out of the box. You know, it's way avant-garde. I mean, it's different every time. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's 300 fucking paintings in this whole venue right now if you walked around. Most, if you're counting.
No, but all you guys are beautiful. I say
hand-painted pieces.
It's
everywhere.
all beautiful, like ice cream. Don, some of your stuff is fantastic.
And it's melting.
No, hold on. No, I wouldn't have put 3 similar painters together on the same bill. This was my idea to do stereo painters. Well, first with these guys, now you, because I felt like you guys are like the yin and yang even on the visual end. And through that osmosis and freedom and being mature enough not to worry about the other guy. I mean, we're not being petty like, oh, he's doing this or this guy's better than, you know what I mean? All that petty shit. I hate all that petty shit.
So how does the art work into free jazz?
It totally works into it. It's the visual aspect of what we're doing. It's the front man. It's the story. It's the movie. It's telling you what it is. It is a representation of the magical music we're doing. They're putting a visual into it.
It's all one unit.
Yeah, it's one fractal. It's one thing.
The shortest distance between 2 points is the least
we got
interesting.
sound on one end, and we got visual on another end.
And I think the hardest part of this right here, and Wisdom, you would agree, explaining in English language what it is we're doing is like taking it, we have to like redefine it and then put it into words, which are probably not
You can't
like
put it
our
in
best.
words.
Our best.
It's magic. You can't put it in words.
He's a very good. He's got a good vocabulary
You
when it
can't put it
comes
in words,
to it.
right? You really can't,
But
man.
we start saying telepathic communication, you know.
Because that's where me
things.
and you are something. Because again, we're probably the most opposite people on the planet. But psychically, I feel you, brother.
Definitely, yeah. Definitely that connection.
No, connection musically. I feel you, dude, psychically.
Yeah.
Man, I got my eyes closed, dude, and we're more of a team than half these fools that are,
For sure.
you know what I mean? And I'll take you anywhere. I'll take any son of a gun on and blow, you know what I mean? But I feel you. And I think that's the beauty of God again and the universe of, you know, again, you kind of showed me some of that, you know, to be assimilated to everything.
Right. Over the years.
You know, I used to be like, we're Memphis and fuck you know, fuck New Orleans. We hated New Orleans, dude. I still do. Really? Oh, hell yeah. I'm from Memphis, dude. We hated those. No, but that's just a Memphis thing, because, you know, we did Stax Records, we do bebop. We don't like that. And I was into all that. Now, he kind of checked me on some of that, because, you know, same with Death Row. You know, we're Snoop Dogg gangster West Coast. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, we're gonna roll over your asses. But no, you open. No, I'm not against New Orleans, but they were my competition in Memphis. You know what I mean? In a big way. You know. And
So I guess what it all comes down to is we're all going to have to stop and take a look and witness something new tonight. And so I really appreciate you guys taking the time to talk with me.